Hello, friends. And this is a newer experience since Saturday. So this is Monday, and the in, invading hordes, the English contingent of my family, who are staying with us for this week, and then they're going into an Airbnb to be with the other contingent with children, 3-month-old, coming from Oregon, and the other contingent coming from Southern California to be here from next Sunday for a week. So there'll be 10 total beings and bodies staying here and nearby continuously for 2 weeks approximately. And currently, my stepdaughter, who is here usually a month at a time, twice in a year, and then on short occasions for a period of time between traveling for her dancing gigs. She's doing administrative work right now in her room, so I'm basically here with the cat right next to me, where she often is, because we love each other. And we just I feel this constant state of joy in me when most of the time when she's around. And I feel this constant state of joy from her around being around me, nearby, in my presence. So there's this feeling of appreciation for having each other in our life. And I am choosing to create the reality where I feel that way about more people more frequently. It's just an intention I've set to become more joyful about more people than I've been so far in this life. I have a few people in my life that just bring me joy, and one of them's got joy in his name, and it brings me a lot of joy being in his presence. And then I have a few others that just I feel joy about whenever I think about them. So that I'm a lucky man in that way. And it's not 100% that I feel joy about my cat, especially when she's just taken the can of cat food with the name Grandmother's Chicken Soup on the label by Waruda, and the cats just really like that gravy, basically a little bit of chicken and gravy, but a lot of fat, but they're doing okay. But Bryn took the can and just shot it off the counter, and it crashed. The lid popped off, and chicken and gravy went everywhere. And she was pretty pleased with herself, as I would be too, as a cat. Like, it's just hard to get that lid off, but just enough force and the lid will just come off. And that's true of our lives in these days right now. With enough force, our lids are going to come off and are coming off. So I'm going to go to the words I wrote, so this isn't a super long video. So here we go with the words. And I'll start with hello, friends. I can't remember if I said that. And Stephen, still here. I'm just sticking with the name Stephen for a while. And it may be that that's my name, or my name may be what a good guy or something. I have no idea, consciously. Ramadama Ranga. Ramadama Ranga could be my name, spiritual name. Anyway, as a child, I often heard these words, and I'm going to just make a correction of my typing as I go. As a child, I often heard these words: "He cries too much. Won't he ever stop crying? What is he crying about now?" And I would say that I never stopped crying. I just learned to cry without sounds until I found myself in places of safety. I'm currently living in the place that has become most safe to me, the place I call my heart space. I'm spending more and more of my time here. And Thomas Hubel gave me permission to have my spiritual practice be constant, all the time in the world, so that I never again need to find the time to practice spiritual practice. If it's constant, I have all the time in the world. My life is my practice. So this includes my tears. I cry just enough. I will not ever stop crying. I never need to explain why I am crying, other than human beings find it useful to feel when they feel safe. I'm going to put a comma after feel. When they feel safe, and that sometimes leads to cleansing tears, like now. I am finding this imaginal space called the Mystic Cafe becoming my favorite place to rest and integrate the world that I live in. Most of my dearest friends spend time there. And it is through our healing interaction that we grow in resources to face whatever arises next. And I am so glad to be here. Here being the Mystic Cafe of Stephen McLean on YouTube. Inside my cat porch on the peninsula at the bottom of an island with a cat sitting behind me on the chair where I am typing. And I'm gonna shift what I wrote here to the cat making moaning sounds of pleasure at sharing my warmth and company. And glad to be on Earth during a time of major shift in consciousness and reality. reality being the construct. A construct is something you make up. So reality is something that you have made up. That we, or I, or others are making up or carrying forward seemingly endlessly. Some reality someone else made up and we carry it forward. But I am letting go of my constructs continually or continuously. I am slowly basking in the river of life. And feel this. If well, allow yourself to feel this energetically if it moves through your body. Feel these words, these thoughts moving through your body as you are, I am. So when I say I am, just think of yourself as the I am that I am. I am slowly basking in the river of life. Really feel that. Allow yourself to feel that. That you are slowly basking in the river of life where the water is warm and often gentle. As we float down the stream of consciousness, bringing peace and safety more consciously wherever we find ourselves being. Today is a more peaceful day than others have been this past few years. I'm helping my grandson recover from what the heck. I'm just going to call it the plandemic. Because I call it like I see it. And he suffers from fears of the Ebola crisis that he read about on a sign at the airport during his travels here from England. He also was afraid to go to the beach near our home because of the tsunami warning signs posted all over this island. I understand that I live on a fault line of some earthly plate that may shift at any time. And I choose not to live in fear, except if there is something occurring that in reality I need to take care of right away. Like getting out of the way of a speeding car. Not getting out of the way of a speeding infectious agent. That's called hypnotic programming. And to me, I'm just ad-libbing here. The idea of making a society fearful is so that they don't get out of line, and whatever that line is set by the powers that be, which are set by the powers that be, but are financed by the powers that have. And the powers that have are finding it more and more difficult to enjoy what they have because there's maybe too many people on the planet in their perceptions. I grew up naturally in constant fear as I was under physical attack in this life from the beginning of my conception. I am mostly over that now. I've spent literally thousands of hours going back in time to events that I had not released and integrated yet. There may be more, and when the time is right, I will return to them for digestion so that all parts of my formerly traumatized self get to be right here, right now, fully present for whatever shows up next with you. That's the video for today, and a little wind is starting to come up, and I'm feeling very peaceful, and I'm peacefully feeling the release of fear in my shoulders that is maybe some of the last held fear that needs to come out to allow even more of me to be present right here, right now, with you, wherever you're at. Wherever you're at in time and space, wherever you're at emotionally, whatever you're noticing as these things coming up, and to encourage you to just, like right now, just feel that coming up and let it up. And give it enough space, whether it be fear, whether it be anger, whether it be sadness. We can release it, integrate it, digest it, and let that traumatized part come home. Right now. Being greeted in safety with love and appreciation. Because we can. Have a lovely day. I'm here.